turbine. They represent independence, energy independence. They represent a cleaner environment. So on so many levels, this is a great day to celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you both, and thank you for years of service. Whenever I'm in Essex, at the Eagle Festival or other local events, I'm very impressed by what the state representatives from this area have done to improve the environment. You have a tremendous record, and we applaud you. Next up, I'd like to introduce First Selectman Phil Miller. And Phil is a real leader in this state. But you might look around and notice that there are currently 87 cities and towns that have great leaders like Phil. But Phil was one of the first. And yeah, there were others who were among the first, but Phil really stood out to me for a couple of reasons. Several years back, he was the president of the Lower Connecticut Valley Chief Elected Officials. He invited me to come speak to a gathering of his peers at Lyman Orchards in Middlefield, and as a result of that, many of your neighboring towns have followed your leadership and are now striving to get 20% clean energy by the year 2010. Also, I bumped into Phil at the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, and he's always working the crowd, trying to get his fellow selectmen. You ought to be participating in this program. It's great. It creates cleaner air, healthier communities, and achieves energy independence. So congratulations on your leadership.
Thank you. I know that a lot of times people look to government to set the way. I feel very fortunate to live in Essex because our private sector is really are the leaders in this field. I'm always bragging about Centerbrook Architects and the Lee Company, which is represented here today, and Essex Meadows, and the new Essex Glen, which will be built, and Bell Power Systems. These places have all put in sizable photovoltaic arrays that are producing lots of clean energy. We have living roofs in town. We have geothermal heating and cooling systems, including our own Essex Library. And so I feel like we're in pretty heady company. And I'm also very fortunate we have some terrific citizens like Frank Hall and Claire Tiernan, and so many others, Keith Chrisman, and many others who have been working as volunteers, putting in lots of hours to do the research to make these things possible and to help spread the good word. Now, government does have a role in this, certainly. I know that every time we've opened up one of these nice arrays, typically Congressman Courtney's there leading the charge, and Senator Daley and Representative Spallone. They know that this is real value. Our Sanitary Waste Commission, and Carol Lord, who's here, is our sanitarian, runs this operation, and they allowed us to put this here, an area of high visibility where people can see this. I'm hoping that this is a metaphor for what we're going to do on the town level right now. Many of these citizens here, Ed McCaffrey among them, is researching with our regional school board right now at the possibility of putting up a beautiful, sizable array at our middle school, John Winthrop, for example. As we look to replace the roof on Essex Elementary School in the next 2 to 5 years, we'll be looking at other great opportunities there. So I'm hoping that this small application indicates what we're capable of and what we'll be doing on the town level as well. But I'm very grateful to be here with all of you who are really doing something of great value for our future. And this is clean energy with no harmful byproducts, and it's American made from our sun that shines here. And I can tell you our citizens, when they come here, love this. And when they ask our personnel here, they'll get from one of our personnel the electrical contractor explanation of everything, which is very complex, and if they can follow along, they love that. And some of our other personnel will basically say, well, it turns sunlight into DC current. How neat is that? So anyway, it's a great addition for us and very popular, and a lot of people comment favorably when they see this, and so thank you for everything, and we're going to continue working as hard as we can. Thanks.
We've been talking a lot about the benefits of clean energy, a lot about the environmental benefits. Signing up for the Clean Energy Options is one of the simplest and most forceful